Can you see everything fine? No jittering or anything like that? Looks pretty good.
So with
Yeah, I've done it on slightly low quality because I'm still uploading stuff, but it should be fine. So you're normally around champ, normally around the higher champ ranks, C3-ish.
the jump free issue.
There's a couple of things I did notice, but we'll run through it. Nothing major. Generally, your positioning is pretty good. There's a couple of decisions that we make. Cover. Nice flip out to get this boost.
Yeah.
A lot of people would just try and go back, go this way. You steal that off him. So what you got to think, like, especially in twos once you start getting towards GC. This guy here he's always gonna be low boost after the kickoff. He might be able to get a slow 50, but this guy's managed to get this boost. He's got the ball, he's got possession. What we don't want is him to follow up. The advantage is that he's pushed up too far. All this really takes is a decent wall touch from Poundage, your teammate, and an air dribble. Any high ranks, high GC1, GC2, this is a goal.
Yeah.
He's got no boost to do anything. Best case scenario, he tries to follow the pad lane and might get a save, but I think it just goes up a little bit high for this guy. But yeah, brilliant choice there just to get that little advantage because we've got possession. We want to try and secure as much advantage. So this is where it gets a little bit ropey.
Yeah.
We have a tendency a lot to come ball side. We've got our teammate here in the corner. We now realise that he's not going for this ball and he's facing towards the net. We've got to think about what our hit angle is. Yes, we're trying to go for a demo. We're trying to add something valuable to the player. But in this scenario, we don't really need to because he's not really a threat. If he was here, he would be more of a threat.
Yep.
Can I we're sort of mid? Come behind and then we can kind of curve our approach and then kind of evaluate the situation from here. Okay, what's happening? Kind of situation. Just be careful with the ball side. Like it is good in twos in certain scenarios where we can add a value, but we don't want to make it a habit of every time. We don't want to go out of our way for a demo. So we kind of committed through the play and not really done anything. And then in this scenario, so our teammate's got a decent position, hasn't he?
Yeah.
This goes towards net and I see him there. I'm just gonna break, I'm just gonna trust him. If he misses that ball, it's his fault, isn't it? Hello?
Hello.
Oh. I thought my Discord thing disappeared then. I thought it just vanished. So yeah, if he misses this ball and he goes in the top corner, that's not on you. That's his fault. He's went for the ball and missed it.
Yeah.
Rather than you going, it's just a little bit of panic because it's on target. Your positioning's fine because we're already kind of in this scenario.
Yeah.
This guy's coming out of the play. He's not really a threat. The only threatening ball is this ball. But what I would do, just wait behind and just wait ready to follow up.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like already addressing this scenario. What we need to think is once he's got his touch, possible outcomes are things that are going to be running through our head all the time. So what's the possible outcomes? Either he misses it and it goes in.
Yep.
He gets a touchdown this way. Or he gets a touch that pops high up in the air. Maybe gets one forward, but I don't think he can from this angle. Either it's going to be like a soft touch. Relatively, most of the play is going to come middle, or it's going to go out to the side.
Yep.
If he goes out to the side, he's got it covered, hasn't he? You can just follow that. So what do we need to cover?
Backboard. Middle.
Yeah, anything that's in our danger area. So this is our role, because in essence we're second man, so we need to follow up on this player. You're in a good position to follow up closely and quickly. Just trust your teammate in this scenario. I know how hard it is in solo queue to just trust your teammate, but definitely something to be mindful of. It's literally the reason why we get scored on. This scenario, so you've seen this kickoff, and we've seen that instantly. I want you to, you drive up really well. The 50 sort of happens at this point, and you've got a really good hit angle once this sort of 50 happens.
Yep.
As soon as we see this ball go for the win here, what should we be doing?
Pushing up.
Instantly. I want you, without hesitation, flip. Two things we've got here. Either can we secure this boost? Because this is not a direct threat, is it? Worst case scenario, what happens? The ball comes to him. Say if it was a little bit lower angle, ball comes to him off the wall and he booms it straight back on net.
Yeah.
You know, unlikely because it's so high. But it's like, this is a kind of a situation where we're kind of just reading the ball as fast as possible.
Yeah.
We can kind of see from this trajectory that it's probably going to hit up the ceiling high off the corner. It's not going to be an easy shot to hit. It's kind of one of two things. You can kind of play defensive and see if he has the shot. But in this scenario, I would want you just gambling a little bit. It's early in the game, we're 1-0 down. I would just be slightly more aggressive. If you instantly speed flip towards this boost, he might get the boost, but you can get a demo. And then kind of look at this player. I think at Champ, it's when it's close to the wall like this, it's not very often that he's going to get that. If it's you know, just pinched across the floor back, then I would take this approach of where I would kind of wait and just see what his touch is first.
Yeah.
And then we can make our decision, either go back or challenge. But yeah, when it's an awkward ball like this and it's hard to hit, I would definitely be more aggressive on this. So we kind of like, we could have got the demo, we could have maybe grabbed the boost. Just realised that we've got a second here, haven't we, to try and get a bit of an advantage. Good patience here though to wait on this. But yeah, it's a good 50. That's fine. Teammates in a very weird position, to be honest. Definitely grabbing this boost is a good thing for him. But once he grabbed this, like, he should have been more sort of coming in a more neutral position. Yeah. Because we can see a 50 is happening. We can see something's going to happen in this corner. Possible outcomes, you get beat, it come back down this side, isn't it? He's facing this way.
Yeah.
So that's worst case scenario, you can easily go for that. Best case scenario, you get a good 50 and it pops mid. He wants to be a bit of a go for that as well. Covering both options. Neutral 50 happens, like this, and comes back down. He can still go for that. Where he is here, like, if they get a good beat on you here, this is like, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Kind of weird in twos, because the second man is kind of playing a second role and a third role in one. What I mean by that is, in threes you would have, I'll do it in different colours. In threes you would have one guy here-ish covering the loss. So you would cover everything that was on the red side. And you would have one guy covering the win. Covering anything green side. somewhere around here. So you'd always have one just focused on one part of the play. It's in twos, we've kind of got to be in that position where we can cover both all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's, again, like Rocket League, situational. If you want to be more aggressive and you're confident that your teammate's going to get a good hit, you can take more of a middle stance into the middle of the pitch, more of an aggressive, just covering the win. You can kind of tell if your teammate's got a beat already, can't you? A lot of the time in Rocket League. What I really like about your play here, what would a lot of people in Champ do here? They'd flip out and try and get this boost, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You kind of stay relevant. You grab two pads, these two, and we take this sort of neutral stance. We can still kind of turn back if we need to, but we're kind of waiting to see what happens here, aren't we?
Yeah.
So this is really good. If anything, you're slightly too far up. I would have liked to see you more where the blue line is, but really good concept. Yeah, because in this scenario, it's kind of like we don't want to be too aggressive. Yeah, you'll kind of get a lot, but how many goals do you see scored from this kind of scenario where you've got your first and second too far up and they just get a free net?
Yeah.
Kind of be a little bit passive and wait for free opening. There will be openings. Good 50 though. But see how... So there's kind of two outcomes from this play. What you did is a good 50, but we went fast, didn't we? The next follow-up was fast. It gets 50 to the side, and now we're both... Because the outcome hasn't happened where it's positive, we're both zero boosts, or pretty much zero boost. He's going to get this in turn, but by going fast, it's created a disadvantage. If we'd have maintained our posture here, you know, he's probably going to hit it down this way. We can turn, steal this boost, and then put the challenge in here. By delaying it just that second or two, just allows our teammate a little bit more time. And we can maybe get boost. We can both get boost to mount a counter attack afterwards. Thing is, in these type of scenarios, yeah, we did the right thing for that time, but it's going to put us in a bad situation for the next 30 seconds. So don't be afraid in twos to be a little bit passive. A lot of the time in Champ, these guys are just going to hit the ball. They're going to see you close there, and they're just going to hit the ball away and then try and follow it up.
Yeah.
If you can kind of shadow that play and just watch him, he gets a touch away and teammate gets it. Let's boost, that's fine. Yeah, he's quick enough there. A lot of this is, like I said, really good.
Yeah.
Do the right things. In here, we're not supersonic.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of boost here. We kind of slow down to go for the aerial dribble.
Yeah.
See how he's boosting?
Yeah.
This was the difference. In this kind of play, we've got to think we've just started a counter attack. We've took possession of them, and now we're transitioning onto attack.
Yeah.
He's took the net really quickly. They're both low boost, aren't they?
Yeah.
We've got to trust that our teammate's going to be coming here on our counter attack. We want to use our advantage as much as possible. By that, we need to just be fast.
Yeah.
In this scenario, it's not necessarily that you're just trying to create a play, create an air dribble. You probably knew he was here. You probably knew you had to go for this. Just speed is the main thing here. Just getting this first beat. Even if you try and go up and just try and get the hit past him.
Yeah.
Force it up the wall and round maybe is more important. But all you're trying to do is beat him.
Yeah.
We kind of slow down for an air dribble, but we haven't got the space or the time to do it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate from teammate. He's in a really good position. to kind of cover both options here. He just, I don't know what he did. Good defensive touch. I like this. I really appreciated this. Kind of rather than just trying to hit the ball with that negative hit angle. Really intelligent player. It's not going in. We can tell it's not going in. We just let it run and follow it up. Good 50. Yeah, so you try to go for mid boost and stuff. One thing I would do on this play, I would tend to do, because we can kind of see it's going back. Do you use your right stick a lot, or do you just switch from car cam to ball cam?
Yeah, I use the right stick.
Alright, I would definitely just have a flick across, because we've already made the decision that we're rotating out on this.
Yeah.
Have a flick across at this point, see if it's there. If it's not, you know, we want to make sure something, always in Rocket League, we don't want to assume anything.
Yeah.
So we always want to just check, take that split second to check. Because the time lost from going here and then coming back with 0 is a lot longer than the time it would have taken just to flick and have a look and ask ourselves that question.
Yeah.
So what you could have done is had a flick across, because we don't need to go for this. This is going to be our teammate next up. We don't need to stress. We've got a second just to check. And then what we can do, okay, it's not there. 1 pad here, 2 pad, 3 pad, even 4 pad, and then evaluate what's happened.
Yeah.
Is our teammate going for it? Okay, brilliant. I've got a few pads I can turn up, start collecting another couple. We can use this kind of approach. This will allow you to keep a lot more pressure. I use these all the time.
Yeah.
Some people call them boobies.
Yeah.
Some people call them other things. It looks like a butt, but yeah, definitely really good to kind of utilize to do this. Address at this point, or even at this point, and then, you know, say if teammate gets free possession here and he's going for an air dribble, you know, start doing that. Either we can make a decision then, can't we? If we can either turn up, or we can go, actually, I've got time to go grab this. You know, if we want to play a little bit more defensive, if he's got possession but he's going to get 50'd, we can take more of this approach and then come back in this way. Gives us a lot more options of what we can do in the following play. Instead, by doing this, we kind of see how we're forced into going super defensive.
All the way back. Yeah.
We're kind of not giving ourselves a chance to counterattack. This is why these get from here with the ball all the way to near our goal for free.
Yeah.
Teammates had to play kind of defensive. I suppose he didn't have to. He could challenge for you, I suppose. A better teammate maybe would have turned in this way and jumped for this, or at least put a challenge on. But yeah, I would definitely like to have seen a little bit more midfield presence from one of you at that point. Again, we get away with this here. Be very, very careful about trying to help out too much when we're second. So what can we see from this play? We can see the ball's going the opposite side to us. We can see our teammate's already trying to challenge it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Same scenario we said before. If he misses this ball, whose fault is it?
His.
Yeah, it's his fault, isn't it? What do we want to be ready for?
Him missing it.
Yeah. So the follow-up. So we're second man. So we try and do it in these calls. He's first man, isn't he? He's first man. Our biggest second man, isn't it? He's addressing this guy. So think about it in pairs. There's something going to happen here. We don't know what the outcome is yet. This could 50 and drop mid, and he could just go, thank you very much, that's a free goal. If we push too far up. So your job in this scenario is to follow up whatever happened here, but do it so that you can beat this guy. If this guy does what he does and pushes too far over this way, we can then start to creep up. Because he's not going to get a shot in this back corner, is he? From here.
Yeah.
There's a general rule, the more they are in the corner, the pair of them, the more we can kind of push towards this front post.
Yeah.
So yeah, just something to be mindful of. Just the second man, just wait off a little bit, especially on defense. We kind of get a little bit too ahead of the player. If he was closer, we've got a big problem, haven't we?
Yeah.
Luckily, teammate gets a good 50 and then a beat. Great follow up here. What can we do to make this easier for our teammate?
The demo on M11.
I think we tried to go for it, unfortunately we just missed. Anything and everything. I'll be trying to trip these up, I'll be trying to bump these, I'll be doing everything just to try and keep these out of this play for our teammate.
Yeah.
We do. Once we get to this point, we kind of slow down a little bit, which is the right thing to do. One thing I like what you do here, I like this positioning, but kind of preemptively turned a little bit. I like to see you just a little bit more straight. Really good idea though. What you did, you slowed down, you realise, right, we've tried to do enough. We need to address the situation now. Is he going to get this touch across? It looks like he's going to get 3 touches, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so he can start being a little bit more aggressive, which is absolutely fine. He misses the ball, but see how we've kind of committed to it?
Yeah.
In this scenario, it's like, it's all judgment. I would have expected him to hit that as well.
Yeah.
To be honest. But you've kind of got the advantage still. And I think you do this, where even though we're like this, we can still turn around, can't we?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do. A lot of your actual evaluating the play and stuff is really good. I don't know why teammates even gone for that. You'll see this in Champ and Grand Champ so often. Like
It's like the panic and trying to recover.
Trying to just teammates in Rocket League try to do too much. They try and help out too much. He thinks he's helping by going for this. He thinks he's trying to save you. He doesn't realise that you're sat here waiting for this, waiting to see the outcome. He's boosting. He's got about 30 boost. He boosts all the way here and then misses it. I mean, if he wants to grab the boost, but then he still needs to rotate out and let you come in. You know, even he's got 30 boost. He can try and demo this guy.
Yeah.
Grab a couple of pads. Evaluate the situation. Right, what's happening? Do I need to turn in and help? Do I need to go back? It's the same pattern all the time. He should just come out of your way here. He shouldn't be just trying to hound these. And he just gets the most pointless touch ever. But again, him rotating ball side here, like 0 boost, is just silly.
Yep.
He tries to get to the boost first, but he's always beat. And he's beat because he was in there too long. Like at this point, if he'd have took... Oh my god, I've messed up. If he'd have tried the demo, come down this pad lane, he can look at this point and help you out. You can have your 2 layers here, instead of only got 1. Good beat though. I like the turn back in. I like the fact of what you did really well. And you do this quite a lot as well. Oh my god, I can't speak. You do this well quite a lot. Where you kind of, you'll do this little turn and then you look in, see what he's doing. Teammate gets demoed, you're like, okay, I know I've got to go, and you do this turn back in, but you're keeping this sort of neutral position. You're not doing this super defensive, right? I need to go back post straight away, or you're not like trying to just stay super close and just get beat this way.
Yeah.
You're kind of really finding that middle ground quite well. This is one thing that I really want you to get out of the habit of doing.
Okay.
What could we have done in this scenario?
Controlled it and then gone through either through middle to the boost or took it to the corner.
Yeah, you could have done it. The most ideal approach. He's going to be coming behind you, so even more of like a try catch this and then flick it. Try and get it high, and just make it awkward for him. Kind of hitting this is, unless you get a really good shot off the backboard, you kind of add in power to it. Yeah, adding speed to the ball. These are always going to end up back with this. If you get a soft touch and a flick high, that doesn't, it's going to be slower, isn't it? It's going to buy a little bit of time. What do we know that happened just a couple of seconds ago here?
Demo.
Our teammate got demoed, isn't he? So we need to buy a little bit of time for him to come back. But we don't want to give this ball away for free. If we just kind of hit this towards him, he's just going to take it, isn't he? Yes, you could have even taken it to this corner, but given it in hindsight, this guy's going to demo you. So it's kind of evaluating your options, evaluating what we can do. If this guy wasn't here trying to demo you, I would definitely say, yeah, you could have maybe played it in at the corner.
Yep.
But he's still going to end up with it for free. I'd just try and make him as awkward as possible. That's going to buy you the most time. Yeah, it's unfortunate little touch. Don't mind this turn, but if we had boost, I wouldn't mind it this turn. But again, this is already gone. We've flicked this. We've hit this away now.
Yeah.
Grab this. Turn this way.
Yeah.
What can we do then? We can turn back in this way. We can evaluate. Has he played it into the corner? So we ask ourselves some questions. Where's our teammate? We don't know where he is yet, do we?
No.
So at this point, we can evaluate, right? I can cut across, help him out. I can go behind teammate, but you've got boost to follow up on the play, and you're taking it off him.
Yep.
So this player's already, like, as soon as we hit this across, we've got to accept that he's going to have possession. Make our decision to come out quickly, and that gives us time to get back in quickly as well. By kind of staying in this play long with low boost, you're just making it worse for yourself. So teammate's back now, he's this side. See how kind of instead of grabbing this and kind of being here, shadowing this player with boost, we've put ourselves over here with 0 boost, and now our teammates in essence in a 2v1.
Yep.
When it could have been 2v2. If you do have to throw away, just either get back fast or make sure you can kind of add something. But then this is where we made it worse for ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah.
Once we get to this point, and we're coming across this way, we've challenged for this. Take this boost. Like at this point, the damage is already done. We're already beat. We're not going to get back to it. All cars in Rocket League can move at the same speed. Get this boost, take it off them. Then what we can do is look at demoing this guy and then come in behind. So it's like their boosts and mid boosts are so powerful in 2s. Even more so in 1s. I mean, you know how important boost is in 1s. It's less important in 3s. Because you do have a little bit more time in between players. You have to be a lot more relevant to the play in 2s. But yeah, what I want you to watch is our teammate here. He secures this boost, but he kind of, see how he has to turn and he's awkward. He doesn't know quite when to go. Luckily, their teammate was poorly positioned, otherwise this was a goal, to be honest.
Yeah.
If he was more mid, where he should be, sort of on this is quite good, this, because it's got this line, but on this sort of position, he can definitely at least have a go at that, but he's come up too far in this corner. I see loads of people all the time, especially coaching, tell people to do this. You know, you want to follow closely, and you know, you want to be behind, following up. It's completely wrong. Never ever do that. You see, you want to be in this 50-50 where you can cover both options. He's only covered one, hasn't he? He's in this corner. He's only covering a close loss. Unfortunately, we missed the boost. Nice, we grab the mid boost, we turn in. So you still time wise with this, and instantly we're positioned in a neutral position. We're at a good distance. We're near this blue line, aren't we?
Yeah.
So all our boxes are ticked now. Easy shot and goal. Okay. In this scenario, did you come back right? Or need a boost or something like that?
No.
Never ever go for back boosts in twos.
Okay.
Not unless it's communicated and you're happy that your teammate can force it that way.
Yeah.
Reason being, when we're back here, we divide the kickoff up into loss and win, and then we've got our neutrals to the sides. We're only covering one option, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're only covering the loss. Yes, we've got boost, but we're only going to get this ball if it comes back here or back here. So we're only covering one half of this, of what is in essence a 50-50 in midfield. Even on this diagonal kickoff, what you see a lot of people do, what you see a lot of pros do, is kind of make this turn, grab this boost, even sometimes this one, depending. Just they'll grab one or two boost pads and then turn up to follow here, and then they'll evaluate here. Because remember what we said, especially when you get to GC, these boosts are so powerful, especially if he goes back in this and only covers the loss.
Yeah.
And this ball stalls here.
Yeah.
You're going to have a free either shot or dribble and flick or anything. You're going to have possession and time, aren't you? This guy's going to probably come out and he's probably going to go for this boost. You're going to have so much time to create a play from it. We want to be ready for that win or that 50.
Yep.
I see loads of guys doing this, and it'll get you scored on so much as soon as you get to GC. Like, if you were 3-0 up or something, like, by all means do that.
Yeah.
Again, this decision here, we're like thinking, can we go for this? You've got a good hit angle. You just can't go for this. Your teammate's there, isn't he? It's kind of difficult with solo queue because you don't know what he's doing. He hasn't flipped out. He's got no speed. We've got to assume that he's going to just try challenge this. If he gets beat, that's his fault.
Yeah.
Your job's to cover that, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as we make this decision to go close, if he beats both of you, yeah, you're in trouble, aren't you? This is like, it's like an all-in play. You're kind of making the decision of like, I'm winning this 50 or we're getting scored on. We do kind of back out of it because we kind of realise, but I would always tend to be like, if our teammate's there, just wait here where you are.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go for it, then it's like you're in a 1v1, you just shadow him, you just defend. He'll try and get back. Hopefully he demos him, but yeah, you could have possibly jumped for this. Maybe.
Yeah.
But we kind of just made it a little bit more awkward than we needed to. This is fine, this is nice patience. Again, same thing.
Yeah.
Super, super passive, especially with solo queue.
Yeah.
If they're close, just wait. I would even look at starting to press up the mid. As soon as we see he's got a free touch,
Yeah.
I would be putting myself just in front of him. Of where, so if you draw the line, obviously his camera is probably going to be able to see like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as possible, especially with solo queue, I'll be trying to like push up here. All this open space is yours. He's got this for free. We've already established that 100%. He's just going to bang this forward rather than even worrying about this. He's in the corner, let him deal with it. If he doesn't deal with it, you're here anyway. You're covering the loss, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like, say, always play safe until we know what's happening, but definitely I'd be like pushing for a pass on this. We've got a huge counter-attacking opportunity. He hits it to the... Why would you hit that way? Is that just a mistouch? Yeah, it's just a mistouch. He just air rolls for no reason. I love this drive challenge, this little fake challenge. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Not committing, made him force it away from himself, and then we can turn back in. So I'm saying there's some stuff you do absolutely perfect. Some decision making. It's just like we've got this little tiny habit. It's like we've got this devil on our shoulder that just has this little bit of aggression every now and again that just says, "Go for it,
Yeah.
do it." I don't mind this scenario because you go back and you get the boost.
Yeah.
So as soon as you come behind, what's teammate gonna think?
Challenge.
He's first man, isn't he? Yeah, because you've gone behind his camera. He can only see. Wow, that was not what I meant to do. He can only see him and the ball in front of him, so he's gonna go for this. Remember the scenario we said earlier on? What we're hoping, what should happen, is he should jump early for this and try and put a challenge in before it gets to net.
Yep.
Like, he's got this ball close here. This should be his green light, and that would force it for you to play safe as a follow-up.
Yep.
What doesn't happen is the challenge goes in here, but I would still say we've kind of
Overcommit.
not necessarily overcommitted, but we've just kind of gone a little bit too far, just slightly. It's kind of one of them scenarios because in this exact scenario, the only way this goes in if you get to absolute top corner or behind you, which your teammates blocking anyway.
Yeah.
So you kind of like only way you get it in is top two corners. So it's not bad in this scenario. Just be very, very careful again with just kind of waiting there, because if he's not in a play, but if he's here,
yeah,
and there's 50s, we still need to kind of cover that. Not bad what you did. That's probably the more tame way. I really like this little turn as well. Followed up really well, kept our distance good. It was quite central, wasn't it, all going towards this side. As soon as we seen these guys coming across and the ball come this way, you turn nicely to address this. That's not what I wanted to press. This is more like it. This is exactly what you want to be doing here. Teammate goes for it. He's still on it. We realise he's still on it. Take our time. Right, this scenario. We've got to buy our teammate a little bit of time to get back.
Yeah.
What's bad about the opponent's positioning?
Both are together and too far up.
Yeah. What do you think would be the most advantageous play here to buy your teammate time, but also to put them in the most trouble possible?
Either control and flick, or if you can, onto the backboard.
I wouldn't necessarily control and flick this because you've got no backup. If you get dunked, you're in trouble. They're kind of hoping you're going to control this. They're close, aren't they?
Yeah.
As a general rule, we think about possible positions for our opposition. So there's close and there's opposite of far, isn't there? And then we've got low with the opposite of high. We've got slow with the opposite of fast. So if you think about our opposition, they're close. They're both low and they're both moving slow. So what do you think we want to do? We want to play
The opposites.
We want to play far, we want to play high, and we want to play fast.
Yeah.
So you're exactly right with your second thing. Either we can try and controlled air dribble this as fast as possible, or we can try and go for the hit on the waterfall and follow it up, backboard, double. Anything like this scenario where we're going towards goals super fast and with height would have been the best play in this scenario. But I'd have preferred in this play, considering our teammates just got to buy a second. He's still got boosts, so he'll probably turn. What he should do is turn and support this. Maybe grab a pad or two as he's doing that. But yeah, I would definitely go for more of a controlled air dribble on this. It didn't work out too bad. But that's only because our teammates stayed relative. Most of the time, if our teammate didn't have boost or anything like this second guy's just going to get this for free. Never flick when they've got 2 layers. The second guy's always just going to pick it up.
Yeah.
If it's a 1v1, that's when you want to be flicking. Unfortunate touch by a teammate. Nice cut back in to add some pressure. Once we cut back in here, we've done one play. We've slowed him down. But why do we slow the play down?
For our teammate to come back into play.
Yep. So once we've slowed it down once, we've got to assume that our teammate's coming back in again. Check. Is he there? Is he ready? Yep. Okay. I can get out now. Go out straight away. We've got limited boost. Like as soon as this, I would maybe even he could even do so much more. You could go for a bump or a demo. Don't mind. It's a bit situational, isn't it? Because he hits it straight towards you. I would have probably still gone for this as well. So just ignore that last bit. I would have probably definitely gone for this because he just hit it at you. It's just unfortunate that we don't get the touch. But yeah, I'd just be careful about turning back in too many times because you know what solo queue teammates are like. They will just want to go. They don't like sitting still for very long. Because, we've got time, haven't we? They're not going to score from here. Most scenarios, he played it quite well. He actually played it a little bit passive, but most people won't. So just be mindful of putting in too many times. Love this positioning. This is perfect. He goes for an air dribble. They just don't save it. But yeah, this was great distance. Realised you got an advantage and pushed up nicely. That was much, much better. I would try at your rank to not do the front flip kickoff.
Yeah.
Definitely try to develop speed flip.
Yeah.
Even a diagonal flip would work on this. Speed flip's very, very easy to learn. Honestly,
Okay.
takes you about an hour or two in free play. Just drive around. It literally, all it is, the best way I can think about it, is this your analog stick.
Yeah.
So you do your diagonal flip, but as soon as you feel that hit the top, straight down. Every single time, just da-da. It's that fast. That's all you need to do. And it will give you a speed flip. Obviously, you can just boost through it then. This guy does it relatively well. See how he's actually just slightly ahead of you. But it's not too bad. It wasn't a bad kickoff what he did. Did he actually do a proper speed flip? Let me just have a look at his car. You tell me I'm talking rubbish in a second. He did it's not a fast one. He did the daft air roll one. That's like a cheat one. It's not really a speed flip. See how his car tilts like to the side here?
Yeah.
This is a diagonal flip. And then he adds air roll here.
Yeah.
It's not a speed flip. People think it is, but it's not.
Okay.
It looks like a speed flip, but you can kind of tell it's a diagonal flip, really, which has worked out quite similar to yours. The only difference is he's been able to add a little bit of boost. But a proper speed flip will have completely beat him out there. So yeah, something to definitely work on. Just honestly, it'll only take an hour or two. But you can kind of see the distance, even just a little bit of boost would make. With a proper speed flip and a little bit of boost, he would probably be here. Maybe even here already. You can get from kickoff under 2 seconds. You get like a 1.9 something kickoff to hitting the ball. It's like a decent quick speed flip. A flip like this is about 2.3, 2.4 seconds. Difference in about half a second. It works because he kind of hits the ball into you. Nice fake challenge again. And we're ready to go again. This is much better. You do some of this really well, so just keep on doing that. The little fake challenges buys you a little bit of time for your teammate to get back. Not the most ideal touch, but it's fine. Just teammate's just a bit underneath it and loses all his speed. Luckily they can't shoot. This is brilliant. He wants to take the boost, play out wide. You play nice and fast in the middle. Oh no. That last little touch, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Great neutral positioning. This is, let's say, this is something you're doing quite naturally really well. Kind of took this approach and we're looking, we're thinking, can we go evaluating the player? Okay, he's hit it away. I'd like to see you jump for this and try and get a touch that keeps it close to this wall for a follow-up for yourself. Kind of hesitate a little bit, which isn't bad, but I think you can be a little bit more aggressive there. I think you'd be a little bit more confident in yourself to get a touch to the sidewall and then follow it up in them little situations. Good control though. This is fine. Teammates very aggressive on that. Nice bump attempt. But we kind of chase it a little bit. Once he turns here and you're not getting it.
Turn out.
Yeah, just instantly. Just like, all right, he's dodged it. He's seen me coming. The gig's up now. Grab a couple of pads. Evaluate to ourselves. You know, this point, what's happened here. He gets a touch. Went for their boost. Yeah. It's literally going for their boost to get you scored on here, to be honest. Teammate kind of does as best as he can, but see how he turned and stayed relevant and you didn't?
Yep.
That's literally the only difference. Nice follow this, perfect. We're waiting to see that outcome. He went back boost for some reason. And gets scored on. Right, yeah, I'd always want to see you following up in twos. It's like it's a bit of a debate, isn't it? Some people say do it, but if you have a twos, like I said, that will, and you're confident they can force it to that back corner every time, then yeah, do it. But otherwise, solo queue, cheat up every time. Again, much easier one. Get yourself practicing these speed flips, diagonal flips. We just kind of boost towards this. You can speed flip from this with your initial 33 boosts. You can start off the speed flip and boost and then still have 20 boosts left or so when you actually land here to follow up with. You can save yourself like 15, 20 boost. It's working out for you in this scenario because he does it. He does like a diagonal flip and actually hits the ball into you. What you're doing in essence is a slow kickoff, but it's obviously working out. I don't mind that, the bump attempt there. You're trying to add something valuable to the play when we come down ball side. That was nice. We turn back in. Take our neutral position. Kind of waiting around, see what's happening. This is good. Nice. Teammate wants to stay on, so we can't go. Absolutely fine. What am I going to tell you to do in this scenario?
Take switch.
Just take your time on this. Remember our little thing we said before?
Yeah.
So this is a slightly different one, isn't it? So we've got we'll do it the other way around. So close and far. Slow and fast. Low and high. All our opposites.
Yeah.
So he's out of the play, he's not in, so we'll do it in red because we've done that in green. So he's low, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's relatively slow, but he's far, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we want to do the opposite, don't we? We want to play close. We want to play fast. We can play high. I wouldn't necessarily in this scenario, but I would play close and fast. By that, you can either soft touch to the side. Look at all this space we've got. We want to try and draw him in a little bit away from his goal, don't we?
Yep.
So, ideal scenario on this, rather than hitting it, soft touch to the side, and then hook yourself around, and then go for a more powerful touch. And then you've got, if you can soft touch this somewhere near this middle spot, he'll start to press this. You can go for your backboard doubles. You can then, you know, you can even pop this up for a controlled air dribble. You can then even continue the bounce dribble to do another one here. If he goes too far this way, you can take it again opposite. You can kind of mess about with him. Give yourself a little bit more option than just hitting this straight to him. Because he just goes, yeah, thank you very much, I'll control that. Like this is the ideal scenario for him. You know, it's just when we get a free possession like that, especially sort of when we're pushing towards GC, we want to be taking advantage of that. I can guarantee you now, if GCI got that, he'd be going up for an air dribble with that.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely, I haven't seen you air dribbling much. Is it something you're not confident with? Something you haven't practiced much?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, so I might put a training pack in for you, ground to air dribbles, just something to work on. Going to give you a lot more options in the air. Like, so when we say that, it doesn't need to be a fancy ground to air dribble. You don't even need to air roll.
Yeah.
You can just stay behind the ball as long as you're keeping it close and you've got it controlled in the air. He's going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Again, in this scenario, we're kind of ahead of them two players, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can we add value to the player by coming this side?
No.
Nope. So what should we do?
Rotate outwards.
Yeah. Teammate's kind of backwards as well. He's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. He's kind of covering this lane. So yeah, we just need to get out of his way. Let him know that we're definitely not going for it. And we're going to get ourselves a couple of little pads on the way. But we take this neutral approach, don't we? This sort of middle section. Don't want to go fully back, because then we're just covering the loss. We want to see if we need help out at any point. So yeah, you've got a nice diagonal pad lane there. Nice little 3 pads we could have took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and looking along there. Trying to utilize these as much as possible. There'll always be one somewhere. There'll always be some that you can at least get 3 on. It's the difference between being awkward on this and kind of coming in this way, being able to take this up the wall. You kind of slow, see I've got no momentum in the corner. It's a difference here between front post, our net being protected for these few seconds, and having our positive hit angle out. It just makes you feel a lot less awkward in scenarios like that. This is kind of a combination of a couple of things between you and this teammate. We go for mid boost, so we kind of already beat 2. But then we boost to get boost.
Yeah.
We can get this one, which is fine. But the problem is our teammate's kind of done the same thing. Our teammate's panicking because he's on low boost. He drove around like this and has come here.
Yeah.
And he's not rotated back. Ideal scenario, he'd have just took a couple of pads, seen what's going to happen, and then looked at pressing this. They're gaining this amount of pitch right to here for free, because nobody's put this challenge in the midfield or stayed close enough. He kind of backs off and goes, well, do your worst, and then cuts back in. I'm about to say, obviously at this point you could probably kind of see him.
Yeah.
I would just wait a second and just cover our net. Most important thing is our net.
Yep.
Remember, this playing super passive as second man, especially when we don't know what our teammate's going to do. Because we stay back on this. What's the worst case scenario? Our teammate doesn't go for it, does he?
No.
Have we still got net covered?
Yeah.
If our teammate goes for it, brilliant. We've got net covered anyway still. Always cover that last option as second man. Just push out a little bit too far. Nice follow up there, good pass as well. Yeah, I don't think there's much else you could have done in this scenario. What is your teammate? Watch this, right? This is... So he goes for a must do, which doesn't work out there. So he's on 30, 40 boost. Boost to get 100 boost. Speed flips. Wave dashes while supersonic. Messes it up. Boosts on 98 boost. To go get another 100 boost. To then arrive not in time for the ball. Like, holy shit. Just... You've got the 100 boost out of their corner.
Yeah.
All he needed to do, 20, 30 boost, speed flip, tap, tap, tap while we're supersonic. He's back in time. Easy job done. Just... I don't know. Messing about trying to do wave dashes because he thinks it looks cool even though it's already supersonic. I think you did everything right in that scenario. I don't think there's much else you could have done. This ball, kind of got to remember that we're just after kickoff. Kind of got to remember that our teammate's always probably going to go off a boost, isn't he?
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen you try and catch this. He's in this corner, he ain't defending nothing. He wants you to hit this in this corner, doesn't he? Look how he's positioned.
Yeah.
How's he positioned?
Front post.
Yeah. When front post like this, his positioning is just slightly too far up. If he was more kind of here from this line, this would be much better. Him being slightly too far up opens one thing up. If you can catch this and then trying to turn with it and then flick towards the back half of this, that's goal.
Yep.
But definitely, rather than just hitting this because we know that our teammate's just gone for boost, so we've got two options. Either we need to get a really hard hit that's going to land about here that we know he can follow up, which is a gamble, or we need to get a hit that we can follow up. These two are both containing this quite well, aren't they? They're both trying to cover this area.
Yeah.
So yeah, something like a catch, and then even or even a high flick. This just stall for a second here would make him awkward, but it would also buy your teammate a second just to close this distance in. Because we're not getting instantly challenged, or definitely, if you know we're confident with stuff like that, can maybe try and sort of catch and then maybe try and flick, or even just instantly flick into it to try and get it round or high and awkward for them. But yeah, that touch kind of just gives possession away a little bit. We get boost down, we get back. Yes, I like what teammate does here. He grabs the boost and realizes his ball side, waits, sees you and then turns. He's kind of waiting to see if you're coming. That's nice. What was it telling you to do earlier on?
Yeah. Aerial.
What happened?
Aerial.
He pushed up too close, didn't he?
Yeah.
Little high control player. Second touch and lovely goal. Oh, it's an unfortunate touch. Yeah, we just have to rush it. Oh, it kind of gets 50. Okay. I see what you were trying to do. If you get this out here, that's a goal as well. Teammate goes, nice. Oh, it's unlucky as well. Nice follow, good positioning. I don't mind that. I think I probably would have jumped for that as well. I think the only thing you could have done is maybe just wait off on your jump a little bit.
Yeah.
But teammate was kind of Teammate turned. I don't know why teammate didn't turn for this boost after the kickoff and then turn up. He just kind of thought he was going for it. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of one of them things. Either you should have turned back or you should have went for boost. One or the two. Gets that boost. We should turn. Nice. How the bump happens. He gets too far up. Great attempt though. Nearly score from it, but teammates just awkward off the bump. Does absolutely nothing with it. Oh, that's a great cut from him, to be fair. Yeah. That's a great little shot from him. There's not much you can do about that. Yeah. That's a great little play. So yeah, the three things that I want you to focus on. First thing is the ball side. Only if you can add value. As soon as you realise you can't add anything else to it, we're straight out as fast as possible, buying ourselves a little bit more time. Second thing, biggest thing, be careful when we're given space not to just boom it away. Think about the touches. Can we get a soft touch to a hook shot?
Yeah.
Can we go for a little bit of a controlled air dribble? Doesn't have to be fancy, but something that's just gonna, if we need to buy a little bit of time, or if he's, a little bit close like we've seen, I'll go for a double tap on the backboard. Just taking that second when we get free possession and we have that little bit of time just to look at our opponents and think, right, what's going to be the most awkward thing for him? And the last thing, practicing speed flips. I want you to get them speed flips down for that kickoff.
Yeah.
I'll write them down so we don't forget them. I'll put it in our little chat. But yeah, do you have any questions?